electric piano. It was a Rhodes piano and with weighted keys. People who know music know what I'm talking about. And it had these big speakers, never been out of the box, and it was a beautiful, it was a beautiful piano. And I bought it somebody donated it, and they were selling it at a silent auction. Well, somebody had $200. I just wrote $210 on it, and they come over and says, "You just bought the piano." I said, "That piano's worth it's worth 10 or 15 times what I just paid for it." "Well, you've got it." And there, while I was standing there, this little blonde-headed girl, 9 years old, come over and she was playing on. I said, "You're pretty good. What kind of piano you have?" And she says, "Oh, my mom and daddy can't afford a piano." And we were loading up in the back of their car when they were loading.
Oh, wow.
And so
That's got to be something that just really
it's a blast. It's a blast,
yeah.
you know. And I didn't really have $210 to buy it with, but I thought, wow, you know, and I said, "Lord, why did I buy this?" And then the little girl started playing it, and it's just, that's the way the Lord works.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I broke down on the side of the road, and I think, wow, now who am I supposed to talk to now?
Yeah.
And it works every time.
Wow.
Every time. I've never, the years I've been doing it, I've been out on the road by myself, this time 6 years, and I've never been where I couldn't go somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I know from Marvin, I think I can speak for me. Can I
Yeah.
speak for you?
Go ahead. You usually do, so go ahead.
It's been a blast having you in here, just
Yeah.
sitting down and
Oh,
talking to you.
it's really neat being around you guys. I've been staying over at Marvin's, and except for him, not a big guy like this shouldn't not have not much in the refrigerator. I thought he says, "Go ahead and help yourself to anything in the refrigerator." There's 2 pieces of turkey and a bunch of candy, and he's diabetic, so he can't eat that. So guess who's eating that? You know, and so I thought. I asked him, I said, "Marvin, do you want me to buy you some groceries?" "No, we're okay. Why you got 3 eggs and 2 pieces of cheese in there whenever I'm here?" And a half a carton of, small carton of milk. "Don't you realize I eat?" I don't know how come he's not 120 pounds. I haven't figured that out.
Me neither.
But it's been a blessing being around him and his wife. They've really been good to me. They don't feed me very often, but I tell you, no, I'm joking. They do feed me, but it's really been a good breakdown. And plus, my buddy Red Dog over here, I stayed with him 2 or 3 nights, and his family, and what a neat family, you know.
His daughter, something. She runs up. I see her all the time. She runs up to me. "Hey, do you want to talk to my dad?" She pulls out her cell phone. "You can call my dad today."
Well, she looks like she's 25 years old to me. I told him, I said, "Boy, she's 13. Oh,
is that how old she is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Her look out, because when she hits 14, 15, and 16, these boys are you're gonna be standing there with a peg leg and a stick.
He's a good guy.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean.
Big heart. Now you're going to be playing at his church. Well, not
No,
his church,
yeah,
his God's church.
Yeah.
Tonight
At Hennard's.
Tonight at
Hennard's
7
Chapel.
o'clock, I'll be at Hennard's Chapel, and I'm really looking forward to it. I love the size of churches. I love the smaller churches because it's more personal. You know, the larger churches are okay, but they're, you know, I played for 3,500 people a couple of months ago in Oklahoma, and you can't talk to 3,500 people, but you
Yeah.
can talk to 100 or 50,
Yeah.
the ones that want to.
Yeah.
And that's what I love doing that. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, no, I saw you up in one of our local churches last year when you were in. You came over to Connection, little small group biker church.
Yeah.
And we're there, and then the next day you were playing at the church that was hosting the Connection at the time. And you are so personable to the audience. You
I
just
like to talk to
them.
I talk to them, and I take questions. I say, you know, if you want to ask, I'll answer anything. I mean, what I can remember, I'm like Marvin. You know, my memory's getting less. And sometimes I'll say something. I say, I didn't know. I think to myself, I didn't know I did that. And I can't go back and say, no, I didn't. That makes you look like a fool. Wow, man, I'm starting to think, man, he is pretty good. You know,
More I get to know him, more I like him.
I learned that back. I was with Willie Nelson on and off for 3 years back in the 70s, and somebody come up and they said, "So you're a songwriter?" This is before I ever had any cuts. I said, I said, "Yeah." They said, "Well, what have you written?" I said, "You ever heard Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain?" "You wrote that?" "No, I was just wondering if you heard it." They weren't supposed to come back with anything.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Yeah. Now, you got a whole bunch of songs. You're not just a songwriter. You're a singer.
Oh yeah.
And you sing. You do a lot of benefits.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just astounded at the ministry that you're involved in. Well, you came over to a One Accord ministry, and we're looking around. And something you said after we were at Marvin's house having dinner, because he is a fabulous cook.
Yeah.
But we're having dinner, and you just said that you everything that you're involved in, we touch parts of that kind of ministry.
It was the most mind-boggling thing. When I came over at Marvin's, I didn't even know that y'all were in the missions and stuff. I mean, he talked about the ministry, but we all talk about. I mean, I hear that all the time. We're in the ministry, then you go and their ministry's going out and eating on Sunday afternoon, eating dinner. Some people.
Or the telephone.
Or the telephone. Oh yeah.
Marvin and I were looking and getting involved in the whole going out to eat once in a while kind of ministry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Older I get,
So you want to be a member? You want to join?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. Whenever I was in my 20s, whenever I was in my 20s, I'd come off stage, and I was out in L.A. and Hollywood, and I'd come off stage and I'd go, "Wow, man!" I said, "Man, look at that blonde-headed girl sitting over there. Look at that dark hair. I didn't know redheads could be that good looking." I got in my 30s and step off the stage and look out there. Look at that guitar, man. What kind of guitar is that? What kind of amp you got? I got in my 40s and now I'm in my 50s. I say, "Man, where's the food bar?
Yeah.
Where's the, I want to eat. Heck with the girls and heck with the guitars. I want to eat." So that really works out really good. I like being around big guys.
Yeah.
And I like being around their bigger wives sometimes.
Oh.
If they got a big wife, they're eating good.
Yeah.
So now the ministries you're involved in are feeding programs and
Oh yeah,
Christmas
It's
programs
exactly
and
what y'all are involved in. From feeding the kids. My buddy Jack Fultz up in West Virginia. I sing up there every year, and him and his wife Brenda, and they have a ministry up there. They've been up there 10 or 11 years, and it's called School for Life. And it's about 2.5 hours away. I'd like to take you guys up there and introduce you to them.
Yeah.
They raise for their community there in Gary, West Virginia, and they go all over that area and build homes. They have kids come in, groups come in, and they go take them out. They have like 50 and 60 groups. I think I might be wrong on how many, but they have a lot of groups from all over the country that they bring their kids in, that they're youth groups, and they go out and help people in the communities, and they take them, they drive them, and they have carpenters and stuff. They go out there.
They just help people with their houses.
Doing what y'all do.
Well, they're in the heartland of the Appalachian.
Well, McDowell County is supposedly the poorest county in the United States.
Wow.
Or it was whenever I was up there.
Wow.
In the old coal mining things, and these houses are so dilapidated. I got pictures of them, where some of the pictures y'all were saying where the house is halfway falling down. They go in there and clean it up, and these people can't afford to do anything. And whenever, it touches on that. It touches the foreign missions. I'm into the foreign missions thing. I went to Haiti for 2 weeks to help build an orphanage over there, and I'm thinking, wow, you guys are y'all got all under one roof doing what and I love what you said. And this, some way you ought to make that a theme. I might even write a song about it. You got to take care of home before you really go do other things.
Yeah.
And the way y'all are set up, you're taking care of home, and then you're going out. And that's what's cool about this ministry. What they're doing is you're taking care of your communities in any way you can. And the volunteers, and what I noticed when I walked in the room, in any of them, the people were smiling while they were working.
Wow.
They were happy to be doing what they were doing. And it wasn't about anything except doing what God wants them to do. And that's where I want to be.
Wow.
Amen.
That's always a good place to be.
Yeah. And you got us on a good day.
No, but it's always to be in the present wherever God's moving. That's where we want to be. Just if
doesn't matter where
God's moving.
Right.
It's a good day.
Right. And that kind of brings me. I've really been. Well, I always pray and read, but I've really been doing it. God's really been dealing with my heart, and